Well, g'day guys, and thanks for joining us on the channel once again. Today is a very, very exciting day. Nearly 5 months to the day since we ordered our new caravan. Today is pickup day, so we're on our way to the dealership, which is just north of Newcastle, and all will be revealed very, very shortly for what caravan we have got. Alright, so we just have arrived in Heatherbrae now, and Heatherbrae's got like, I don't know, probably at least half a dozen, maybe a few more different caravan places here, like dealerships. I think we went to all of them over a weekend, eh? And we also went to another one up at Coffs Harbour, but we always came back to the same caravan dealership for the caravan that we have chosen. And I think it just came around like our budget and the build quality for the budget. And that's the reason why we've gone with this caravan that we've chosen. And all will be revealed hopefully in around about 10 minutes time, and we'll get to lay our eyes on it for the very first time. So I'm really, really excited, if you can't tell.
Okay, here we go. Let's see how it looks.
Pumped!
Not see it yet.
Anticipation killing me.
Is that it over there?
No. I don't think so. Right, assuming that this is it.
This is it.
Wow.
This is it.
Okay.
Got the aircon cranked,
Just gonna
it's
go
a bit
quick.
warm. Have a look around, go on the outside, on the inside. Hey, good, hey? Yeah. Oh, you guys just got a few little things that have just been thrown in there.
Oh, okay.
Because we've basically started selling the 2026, and one, because it just makes it easy for them to build, you've got new wall insulation, you've got the new spoiler, you've got new lighting inside, you've got a few little bits and pieces sort of like sprinkled in there. Yeah, but no, looks great. Are you glad you changed colour?
Yes, I like the colour.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Rather than kind of finish off on an angle like that one is.
Yeah.
Even that just looks a bit more aggressive and just, yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. I need to have a look inside.
Go inside.
You've not been in yet?
Oh, I love that new smell, eh? Oh, it looks awesome. Are you happy with the colours?
Yeah, I think the colours are good.
I'm stoked with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You stoked?
It does feel wide in here, like, you know,
Yeah.
it just feels quite spacious.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm stoked with the colours. I think it looks great. So it's been a few weeks now since we picked up our new caravan and said goodbye to the old van.
Bye, Van.
And just to introduce her properly, we have gone with an 18'6" Warrior van by Prime Edge Caravans. Now, I'm sure many of you have never even heard of Prime Edge Caravans, but they've been around for a few years. They're based in Campbellfield in Victoria, and they are a fully Australian-made caravan. So that's one of the reasons why we went with them. And as I mentioned earlier, this was one of the first caravans that we actually looked at. And we went to about 7 or 8 different dealerships looking at various different caravans, but we just kept coming back to this one. It was perfect within our budget and probably the best made caravan that we could find within that budget. So that's why we ended up going with this one, really. So today I'm just going to do a run through on the caravan, show you what we really like about it, things that we think could have been a bit better and things that we're a bit disappointed in. But overall, don't get me wrong, we're absolutely wrapped with it, and we know it's going to be a great home for us over the next few years as we travel this great country of ours, and I'm sure it's going to take us to everywhere that we want to go. So I'm just going to start at the very front of the caravan here and work my way backwards along the outside. So to begin with, she is sitting on a fully Australian manufactured, design and engineered chassis. It's made out of Australian steel, so none of that Chinese crap. Has a 6-inch A-frame at the front, leading into a 4-inch main frame with a 4-inch razor, and coated in a super gal coating, so it's nicely protected from things like rocks and the elements jumping up at it. And it comes with a 5-year warranty, so you know, with that sort of backing, we're pretty confident it's going to take us to everywhere that we want to in Australia without too much worry about cracking the frame of the caravan. And if it does in the next few years, well, at least we know that we're covered. So it comes with a DO35 off-road coupling, which is more than enough to cater for the weight of our caravan. We're sitting at around about 3,100 kilos when we're fully loaded up. And these things, I believe, are capable of towing up to about 3.5 tonnes. So we've got plenty of wriggle room there. On the far side of the A-frame here, we've got a BM Pro Trail Safe safety brake, just in case the caravan does break away from the vehicle while we're travelling. And we've also got the electronic sway system as well. And that's an absolute must if you are travelling with a caravan anywhere. As most caravans do, we've got the external tap here at the front, and the other little nifty thing I really like here is this little tray that's in the middle. So it just means that you can take stuff out of your toolbox in the front, place it in here. Just a lovely little handy tray to have. So we opted against having the stone deflector put on the front of the A-frame. It was one way we thought we could just reduce a little bit of weight on the tow ball, and instead we've gone with exactly the same thing that we had on the last caravan, and we bought ourselves a stone stomper. This was absolutely great on our last van for protecting the toolbox and the front of the caravan as we're driving along. Does a great job in deflecting stones away. And I actually think the quality of the stone stomper now is better than what it was before. They've upgraded a couple of little things, particularly on the bungee cords, a little bit of protection on bungee cords that were exposed. And yeah, it looks great actually. So one of the other ways we knew we could reduce a little bit of weight on the tow ball was by getting a smaller toolbox. Now, the original toolbox that this should have come with, it should have came out to about here on both sides, so it was quite long, and we knew we didn't need one that big. So we got this fully customized for us. We had doors put on either end, as well as a door here in the front, so we could fully access the gas bottles which are inside. There we go. So we can see the gas bottles inside here. We opted to have one 9 kilo bottle and one 4.5 kilo bottle. Another way that we could take 10 kilos of weight off the tow ball. And yeah, it's pretty sizable inside, as you can see. So we're just opting to put our hose and Sully's hoses in the front here. We've got our floor mat and just a small little toolbox on the other side. It's more than enough room for everything that we're required to put in the front here. And you know, if we do pick up anything extra, there's more than enough space to put it in there as well. And the original toolbox that should have gone on front of this caravan was made out of checker blade, but seeing the Raptor coat that we've got on the front here, the guys who designed this have made it to match the Raptor coating. And I do believe that we are pretty much the only Prime Edge caravan to have this style of Raptor coating. Another way that we thought we could reduce some weight is get away from the checker plate or the flat aluminium plate that goes all the way around the caravan to deflect stones, and we've gone with more of a wrap style Raptor coating, and we absolutely love it. It's got a sort of like a sandpapery feel to it, and we're pretty sure it's going to do just as good a job, if not better, than having an aluminium checker plate all the way around. So one of the other major things that I wanted to make sure we had with whatever caravan we bought was that it had an aluminium frame, and that's what this caravan has. So the two side walls, the front wall, back wall, it all has an aluminium frame. It also has insulation foam on the inside, which is going to help with keeping the caravan a bit cooler in those summer months and hopefully a bit warmer during those winter months. The two side walls and the front and back wall are made out of hail resistant composite paneling, and the roof is made out of a one-piece sandwich composite panel, which is also hail resistant. So top of the range stuff that all the top range caravans are made out of. Also really happy with the premium trim that's gone around the edges. Much better than our last caravan, and it's going to certainly help it be a bit more protected and water resistant, I believe, as well. We've got fully sealed aluminium doors with compression locks on all the outside storage spaces. Here, the tunnel boot. Lots of space in there, big wide area. We've opted for our barbecue slide tray in there with the Ziegler Brown that we bought. And yeah, we've got more than enough space all the way through to the other side. It's fully carpeted in there, so you're not going to damage anything that you place in there either. But really stoked with that storage space we've got underneath there. All the lights on the outside have a fluoro as well as a bug light, which we never had on the last caravan, so I'm interested to see how the bug light does deter bugs. I'm sure there's still going to be a few around, but happy to have that addition, that's for sure. As with any caravan, it comes with a pretty standard awning. We've got a nice handle here, which does have a glow blue light at night time when we press it on. We've also got some Fusion speakers, which are fully water resistant. All the windows are double glazed and tinted, and we absolutely love that they're tinted because you can't really see that well into the caravan from the outside, and it's also helping to prevent those hot UV rays from coming inside the van. The other thing that we've done, as with our last van, we've wrapped all the windows in bush wraps. If you've never heard of bush wraps, get online, look them up. They just provide a great PPF covering for all your windows, and it just gives you that peace of mind when you're going down really tight tracks and you've got branches or trees, leaves and things scraping up beside your van, that your windows are not getting carved up as you travel down those pathways. So we found them to be a real godsend on the last caravan, and I'm sure they're going to come in handy for this van as well. We've got the usual picnic table on the outside here, and we've already put the obligatory Aussie map there for our travels. And over here we've got our little entertainment box. So inside we've got a couple of extra 240 volt plugs, 12 volt plug if you require. It's missing the TV mount at the moment, mostly because we've opted to keep our TV from our last caravan, being that it was a 32-inch telly, and it has a different wall mount to the one that was provided. So I've got one of those on order. But the other thing it does have is our controls for our airbag system. Is one of the big things that we really wanted in the caravan, was to have airbags, and it's a game changer. Everyone says it is, and it really is. So I really feel it's going to be a bit of a marriage saver. It's one of the big things Vicky and I used to argue about a lot when we were pulling up the park, is getting the caravan nice and flat and having to put some ramps underneath the rear tyre. This time we've got the airbags installed, and we're not going to have those arguments anymore. So if you've never seen how they work, get on YouTube, because these things are absolutely unreal. We haven't gone the whole hog though. This is just a level 3, so it means we do all the controlling from in here. I think if you go level 4 or even level 5 now, you can control it all for an app. But I think that was about, I don't know, maybe a couple of grand more, and it just wasn't in our budget. So we're pretty content that we can control our airbags from here and level up the caravan nicely when we're at a caravan site. So we've got some big chunky mud terrain tyres on some really nice alloy rims. We're really stoked with how well the colour of the rims match up with the colour of the caravan. Yeah, we really think it matches up beautifully. At the back of the caravan, there's nothing super special. It's just a standard 3-arm bumper on the back here. We've got the external hot and cold water shower. We've also got a jerry can holder. We did have an additional one on this side, but just to reduce a little bit of weight, we got rid of one. And not only that, we noticed that if you put a jerry can in the jerry can holder on this side, it would have covered the number plate anyway. And I think that's one of the things that a caravan company will overlook. And yes, you can put it on this side if you want to, but then you're redistributing weight in a way that you probably shouldn't be. As you can see at the top of the rear panel here, we've got a reversing camera, which pretty much every caravan comes with these days. The one thing I will say is that we were a bit disappointed with this reverse camera. It is a wireless camera, and I know everyone tends to be going that direction now, into a wireless direction, but we didn't want that. When we originally made the order for this caravan, it had a standard wire-in camera, and the reason why we like the wire-in camera is because we have an external device put in the front of the vehicle to be able to plug our reverse camera from the caravan on, and it comes out on the screen on the dashboard of the car. And that just means you don't have to have an additional screen on the windscreen in your vehicle, which to me creates an obstruction for your viewing. So yeah, I'm a bit disappointed they didn't give us the option to keep that camera. We find it is a much more convenient way of having your reverse camera displayed in your vehicle. The other really cool thing that we like though, and this was an addition that we didn't know that we were getting, is it comes with this really cool rear spoiler at the top there. It's pretty lightweight, but it just gives the caravan a really cool aggressive look. And it also means that if we want to put an additional solar panel on the roof, that we can. We've got this additional space at the back here, and we'd be able to easily put another 200 or 220 watt solar panel up the top there. So just mentioning solar panels, we do like to do a fair bit of off-grid camping if we can, and that means that we do need to have a good off-grid system. So yeah, solar panels up the top. Originally, one of these caravans, if you buy them stock, they come with 660 watts of solar up there. When we put in our order, we wanted another extra 220 watt solar panel put up there, so that would have meant that we had about 880 watts. And what we wanted to have done on the roof was get rid of the aerial, which we have done. And we also wanted one of the external hatches in the bathroom removed so we could put that extra 220 watt solar panel in there. Now, during the construction of the caravan, they kind of forgot that we wanted that external hatch removed from the bathroom. And they gave me a call saying, we've accidentally put that in, but what we can do is put 2 additional 160 watt solar panels closer to the front of the caravan instead. And we went from having 880 watts of solar on the roof to 990. So that's another little bonus really in the end. And the fact now that we have the little spoiler off the back, it does mean that we can fit another 220 watt solar panel on the back there if we feel the need to. But we kind of feel like nearly 1,000 watts of solar up there on the roof is going to pretty much get us by the majority of the time. I mean, we had 740 watts of solar on our last caravan and we never ran out. Now we did have days where we had to be pretty conservative, but you know, with another extra 250 watts of solar up there, we think that we're going to be pretty right, but well, only time will tell. And if we need to put another 200 or 220 watt solar panel up there, we can do it. And of course, the other end of the off-grid system is how much battery that we have. And we've opted for 2 300 amp Horizon batteries. So it's given us a total of 600 amps. That's an increase of 60 amps from what we had in the last caravan. So I reckon the combination of 600 amp of battery with close to 1,000 watts of solar on the roof, I think we're going to be pretty right with getting away with some fairly decent off-grid camping time. The 2 300 amp batteries are located on the outside of the caravan. We've got one in front of the axles and one at the rear of the axles as well, and that just helps with weight distribution. Now, I'm no expert when it comes to off-grid power systems in caravans, that's for sure. I just know what we had in the last caravan worked pretty well for us, so we needed something pretty similar or even a little bit more than what we had there. So the thing I really love about this, though, is that it's all in back behind the fridge, like a lot of the big caravan companies are doing now. We upgraded from a 2,000 watt inverter to a 3,000 watt inverter. We kind of know that you need an inverter that size if you're going to run your AC off grid or your microwave off grid. 2,000 watt, it's just not going to cut the mustard really. We've got a couple of solar controllers here, 50 50 amp solar controllers. We've got the DC to DC charger, and everything is just really nicely wired into the back here. It looks so neat and tidy. Our last caravan, everything was underneath the bed, and don't get me wrong, it was a great system, but it took away the space that you had underneath the bed for storage, and being in behind the fridge here, it's just so neat and tidy, and doesn't take up any space whatsoever when it comes to storage. Now, if you haven't been following us, one of the other main reasons, and probably the biggest reason that we opted to get a slightly bigger caravan, was so we could get on twin axles. The original caravan we had, it was a single axle. And if you've ever had a wheel come off on you when you're on the highway doing 100 kilometres an hour, you'll understand the reason why they do say it is better to have a twin axle caravan. That's what happened to me when I was going to pick up Vicky once, and from that time it always had you sort of thinking in the back of your mind that could happen to you again. And at least if you had a twin axle and one of those wheels does come off, you've got another one so you can limp off to the side of the highway. Now, thankfully nothing happened to me that was put my life in jeopardy when the wheel came off, but I don't want that situation ever to happen to either me or Vicky again, and we just feel it's a safer bet if you go for a twin axle caravan. And you know, the smallest caravan you can get generally with two axles is around 18'6", unless you get a fully customized caravan. Getting underneath the caravan, I just love the way how everything looks super neat and tidy under here. All the plumbing, the gas fittings, the hoses, it's all been done very, very professionally, super neat. Comes with a honeycomb floor, so that is completely water impenetrable. So yeah, no water getting through that. And behind me here is one of the two 95-litre water tanks. So we've got 190 litres of water on board when we're fully topped up, which we've found on the last caravan was generally plenty as well. And, you know, if we do need a bit of extra water, we've got a 70-litre water tank in our Ford Ranger, so we can easily top up if we need to. One of the things I will say I'm a little bit disappointed with is the metal protection over the water tanks. I don't think that they extend out far enough. I would like to see them out here covering the different attachments going into the water tanks. We had an experience on the last caravan where it was exactly the same, and we had a couple of things snap off due to rocks bouncing up and breaking them off. So one of the things that I will be doing is putting an extra piece of sheet metal that'll cover that and give it a little bit more protection. I reckon that's something that you want to check out on any new caravan that you purchase, just to check if you've got plastic fittings as what we do, get them protected because they can easily snap off. So here's a bird's eye view of the suspension. Now, if you bought this stock, it just comes with the Cruisemaster XT suspension, but yeah, we upgraded. We wanted the level 3 airbags, so there you go. There you can see the airbags pumped up, and we reckon this is going to be a real game changer for us. Not only, you know, being able to level up quite easily on any caravan site that we go to, but I think it's going to be a much more comfortable ride when we're towing down corrugated roads or through, you know, potholes and ruts and things like that. So can't wait to put this thing to the test. We couldn't afford the ATX. It's just a hell of a lot more expensive than this, and this was already right at the top of the budget. And not only that, the ATX suspension is a fair bit heavier, and as you're probably getting my drift, we've opted to try and keep the weight down of the caravan as much as we can. But yeah, we're really stoked to give this thing a whirl, and happy to be on board with the airbag suspension revolution that's going on in the caravans. So that wraps up the outside of the caravan and the external features. Let's go and check out what's inside. So starting off with the front door, absolutely love this front door. The original door that we looked at on the first time we looked at this caravan, that was probably one of the few things that we were iffy about, but they said that they were changing the door, and the door they've chosen is awesome. We love how it's got rounded corners instead of square ones. The old caravan, it had square corners, and you were quite often worried about cutting into the awning above. So yeah, absolutely love those rounded corners here. When you open it up, it's got an awesome screen door on the inside, as you can see. Very, very sturdy screen inside there. And the best thing is that these interlocking mechanisms here, which interlock the screen and the door, they are metal. The old one that we had, they were plastic and they quite often used to break. Used to give us the shits because it cost you 15 bucks every time you wanted to put a new one in. So absolutely love that these are metal, and I'm sure they're going to be much more durable. So we've bust out and got ourselves some muck mats. Heard pretty good reviews about these, so looking forward to giving them a bit of a whirl and see how much dirt and grass and sand that they keep out. So let's go inside and check her out. Come on in. So the colour scheme that we have gone for in the van is a Scandi matte green, and we've broken it up with just a sort of a plain white on the cupboards in the kitchen and above the dining table. We decided to break it up because we think too much green would be a bit overpowering, but you never know how it's going to be until you actually pick up the caravan. And if you watched the video earlier on there, you saw that we were pretty stoked with the colour scheme that we've come up with. It's come up absolutely brilliant. We've got a great bedroom area here. Nice big queen size bed with a really comfy mattress there. All the cupboards up above the bed. They've got plenty of room for us there. I love how the latches on these cupboards are completely hidden, cannot see them. Over here we've got our wardrobes. Shelves. We definitely wanted shelves, and the best thing is that if we wanted to turn it back into a standard wardrobe, the shelves do come out, so that's super, super handy. Couple of sock drawer and another door down below there, just for some shoes. And then one of the best things that I really like in the bedroom is down here beside where you have your pillow, you've got a little area where you can put stuff like your mobile phones or computers. There are a couple of 240 volt plugs in there, plus a USB and UHC connectors. But yeah, just a handy little space right beside your bed. And the best thing is that you're not cluttering up your bedside table. Directly above our heads, we've got our reading lights, one on each side. We've got a cool little piece of strip lighting along the top here for a bit of mood lighting, and then above the bed here we've also got a switch which controls the bathroom light. We've got a couple of Sirocco fans on either side of the beds for ourselves, and we've put up some fusion lock hooks just to be able to hang up our clothes in the evening time. But the one thing I'm not sure about in the bedroom though is this little partitioning wall. I understand why it's here. It's trying to sort of section off the bedroom from the rest of the caravan, or stop a bit of viewage coming into the bedroom area from outside, but it does sort of prevent a free movement. I've got to turn on my side really to get down the side of the bed here, so only time will tell whether it'll annoy me, but yeah, it's one of those things where I'm like, not really sure why they've put it in place, but we'll see how it goes over time. Plenty of storage underneath the queen bed for us. We didn't have this in the last caravan because that's where our battery system was. So we're stoked to have that little bit of extra room. But overall, I think we are pretty stoked with how the bedroom has come out. So the dining room area, we've gone with a cafe-styled dining room area this time. The last caravan we had, it was more of an L-shaped lounge with one of those telescopic tables. We used to find that one of us would get quite uncomfortable when we were sitting in there, particularly when we were watching television at night. So we feel that with the cafe style, each of us has our own seat, and it's going to be a fair bit more comfortable, and it definitely is. We whack ourselves down here. The other great thing is it's got a cindered leg rest here, so yeah, pop that up, super comfortable when you're watching a bit of television, far more back support for each of us, and yeah, we're both pretty happy and not fighting over the most comfortable seat. Got a fold out table, of course, and the fact that you can fold it away, it does create a bit more space in the caravan. We feel it seems a hell of a lot more roomier, particularly down through the centre than the last van. So yeah, we are pretty happy with this little cafe area. We've got nice big cupboards directly above, which has plenty of space for all the stuff in the that we've got here in the kitchen area as well. So we've got the state-of-the-art Fusion stereo system here, which is all fully Bluetooth, all connected to the Fusion speakers, which we've got 2 on the outside, 2 on the inside. And over here on the wall, we've got all the switches for our down lights and all our mood lighting. Got plenty of light in here. Love the strips that are directly above the cupboards, and we've also got some down below there as well. Now these were something that were added because of the new build, and yeah, we didn't know that we were getting there, so a nice little added bonus for us with the mood lighting. Fairly standard kitchen, of course. The thing that we really like though is that our drawers are soft closing drawers, so you can slam them nice and hard. They are going to close. We do also think that these handles on the doors are certainly a lot better than what our old one was, but only time will tell. We had to replace quite a few on the old Caravan. We've got a 20-litre NCE microwave, pretty similar to what we had in the last Caravan. That the one thing that we are hoping is that this one is put in a little better than our last one. Now, we did a trip up the Unadata track in the last Caravan, and the microwave, she moved around in all sorts of places there, and I had to do a bit of a job in trying to get that secured. So I'm hoping that this one is in there nice and securely, but only time will tell when we go up a corrugated road. So touch wood that it's going to be okay. Directly beside the microwave, we've got virtually the control panel of the Caravan. So we've got the Victron Energy display system here. It just tells us how all the batteries are doing, how much solar that we're getting in, all that type of stuff. We can also see how much water that we've got in the Caravan as well, which is something we didn't have in the last Caravan, so that's going to be very, very handy. We've got the switches for our air conditioning, gas hot water, electric hot water, and the water pump as well. So yeah, nice little, very neat, compact little compartment with all the switches that we need to operate everything inside the Caravan. Another cupboard above the stove here. The stove is nothing special, pretty standard to most Caravans. We've just gone with 3 gas burners, 1 electric burner just in case you run out of gas, and it's got a grill and an oven inside as well. So Vicky will be making pretty good use of that. We put up another couple of fusion lock devices for the kitchen just to store things like your oil and cling wrap. All the cupboards, nice and big. Plenty of room there to stack your non-perishable goods. The other thing I do like as well, inside the cupboard that is below the sink, it is lovely and big, but all the stuff, all the plumbing work, the hot water work, the filter, everything is right at the very, very back of the cupboard, and it's not getting in any way at all. So yeah, really neat and tidy again. So in the roof of the Caravan, we've got a couple of large hatches which are letting in plenty of natural light. With the windows, as I mentioned before, they are tinted, so it does help with keeping a little bit of heat out there. The other thing about the windows is that obviously we do have a night screen and a fly screen, but the best thing is that when you unlatch those screens, they don't go crashing back up as they roll away, so it's going to be far less wearing on those screens. As you expect, we've got an air conditioner in the Caravan. We've gone for a Truma Aventa air conditioner. Now, if you bought one of these stock, it actually comes with a Dometic FreshJet aircon, but we did a bit of research, and as I've mentioned earlier, we've been trying to reduce a bit of weight in the Caravan. We found that the Truma Aventa air conditioner was about 12.5 kilos lighter than the Dometic FreshJet, so it's one of the reasons why we've gone with it. So far, we've used it a couple of times, and it's been pretty good. So yeah, very happy with that AC. Comes with a Dometic fridge. It's a 224 litres, so a little bit bigger than our last one there. Nothing overly special about the inside, fridge or freezer. The good thing about it though, which I've never seen on any type of fridge before, is that not only does it open from one side, it opens from the other side as well. So yeah, I think that's really cool. It'd be something really cool to have in a house fridge, really, I reckon. But yeah, absolutely stoked with that fridge, the way it opens up. Not that we're probably going to be opening it from this direction, but I think it's just a real novelty thing myself. All right, so into the bathroom, we've got a nice big cupboard here, a bit more cupboard space for some of the food stuff that we got from the kitchen, as well as a nice big blanket for ourselves. So we've just got a standard Thetford ceramic toilet, but because our drawers, when they open up, do hit into the toilet bowl, the toilet bowl actually swivels. So when you're opening up the drawers, you don't have that issue anymore. Directly opposite the toilet, we've got our shower. It's a one-piece shelf for the shower, which is going to help with things like leaks and stuff like that. We do have a hatch opening up the top there. We've got 2 hatches in the bathroom altogether, and of course we've got a little bit more of the fusion lock stuff in here, just to keep away the shampoo and the conditioner, but nothing overly special there. Ceramic bowl, nice big cupboard directly above and little bit of mood lighting in the bathroom as well. The big difference that we went for in the bathroom though is we decided not to get a washing machine, okay? The main reason we decided to do that is because, one, we could reduce a little bit of weight, but two, we hardly used our washing machine in the last caravan. I think we maybe used it 3 or 4 times, and we found that we only used it when we had a running supply of water. So that usually meant when we're at a showground or maybe at a caravan park. But of course, if you're camping at a showground or a caravan park, there is generally a washing machine there and a dryer there. So it made no sense to us to be carrying an 18-kilo washing machine around with us when we barely ever used it. So that's our reasoning behind it. What we have done though is we've had the hardware put in place just in case we do want to put one ever in, or if we want to sell it and we want to put one in to show that we've got one, it's all there ready to be done. But yeah, for us, it didn't make any sense at all to put a washing machine in. So we've got a nice big space there now where we put our cleaning apparatus, and yeah, we're pretty happy with that decision. Right, so that is a thorough run through of our Prime Edge Warrior Caravan. Overall, we're very, very happy with the end product. It's beautifully built. You can see the cabinetry work is first class, there's no doubt about that. All the appliances are very good as well. So overall, extremely happy with how everything has turned out. As you've seen through the video, there's a couple of little things that we're disappointed with or that annoy us a little bit, but over time, I'm sure we're going to get used to those things, and there's a couple of things that I'll fix up just to make sure certain things can't happen to the caravan, which happened to our last caravan. So far, we've only managed to take the caravan away for 1 week, and that was to be able to test out any little teething problems, which all new caravans have. And it was actually quite a large teething problem that we had with this one is we found out that the solar system wasn't working properly. Basically, one of the solar controllers in the back of the fridge, only one of them was working. So, yeah, we were only getting, I don't know, maybe about a quarter of the amount of solar that we were supposed to be getting off our 990 watts. So we did take the caravan back to the dealership, and thankfully they have fixed it. It took them a couple of times to get it right, but now everything is sorted, so we're really happy with the follow-up work that they've done. They got it fixed pretty bloody quickly for us. Didn't cost us a thing, of course, but the problem was, I suppose, is that it actually left the dealership without being checked properly. So I think that's probably one of the few disappointments that we have with Prime Edge. But yeah, as I said, overall, we are extremely happy with the caravan, and we're looking forward to hitting the road, which should hopefully be in the next couple of weeks. Anyway, guys, thanks very much for joining us. We'll see you in the next episode. The next episode is going to be a really interesting one where we get a professional company in, and they're going to come and weigh the caravan and the vehicle, and we're going to see how much weight that we are. Anyway, we'll see how we go. Yeah, thanks for joining us again, and we'll catch us on the next one.